that, remember?
Yeah.
So
I've been watching it for a while because I've been wanting to redo it.
Paul, we got Lisa.
Now it's
Oh,
open.
sorry.
There's people going
I
in
forgot. I
and
really
Watch
forgot.
it obsolete.
She's in it.
Lisa doesn't like a picture.
And
we got-
Don't know about it.
That's it. I found an abandoned house.
That's like cheating. So cheating's okay.
That's her boyfriend.
And that's me. We're on the way. No idea where I think.
She's so strange.
She is. I can't stand her.
And that's the best
But
way.
it's
You
put on
just
when,
don't know where you're going. You just
They show
go.
the things we do. See the one where they're jumping on the, they're tearing up Gilroy Stadium, jumping on that cement in there. It's like, here's what we do when we explore in there, and they're basically tearing up everything. It's like, see, I knew it was you guys. Just like that place across from the airport, remember? After we did it, next thing you know, it's burnt down. They burnt the fire truck. It was those guys.
Then they found a dude got killed back there. They dumped that body back there.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yep.
So where are we going right now, you guys?
Our old one of our old neighborhoods.
So is that Edna?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to
Yeah.
Edna.
They have the elementary school, some churches, and there's a city block of stores. When we were growing up, there was stores down there, the cleaners, the license bureau,
American Legion.
The American Legion, the community center, all those important, a couple of little mom and pop shops.
This is a pretty sketchy part of town right here.
Yeah.
People get killed in gas stations right here all the
Do
time.
you see how they're hanging out?
Yeah.
And this drug house, this right here used to be a drug house forever.
Our
They
grandma
stand
lived-
right here and wave
Our grandma lived
coke
down
at
this
you.
way.
Wow.
They live in that house right there. And they'd all pull up the stuff and like, hey man, I don't like this, Yep. There's somebody living in there. You see the lights on there. It's crazy. Like an oasis sign. I mean, people living strange,
Yeah.
So this whole area is called Edna,
Yeah.
right?
This is the east side of Edna, yes.
The east side.
Yep. This is
These
10th
houses
Avenue.
are all built back in the day for the employees of the Edna powder plant.
You see,
They used
they're
to
all
make dynamite,
small.
and when that all blew up, they had a big
Look at that old thing back there. Wow. What is this?
Welcome to the
What
hood.
is that?
Welcome to the hood.
slow gas.
All the
There's
time.
nobody here.
All the time. People are terrible drivers out here. There's terrible drivers. You just put dum-dums in the car, Man, they poured an engine and everything on that. Now this over here was this Etna Street, and this is all little shops and stuff up and down here. And the whole thing is just gone.
Oh yeah.
This right here encapsulates a part of Gary that is what happened in the whole city pretty much.
Our little cousin was killed in the bar right here, right in front of it.
Yeah, my cousin was killed right there. No, just swing this way. This corner spot was a bakery, Salerno's Bakery. Is that now?
No. That was wrong right there.
I forgot what this used to be. But anyway, yeah, if you see the whole thing is just gone.
My cousin was killed right here in front of this place.
This
That's
used to be the
terrible.
old barn, and right next to you see that was an old hot dog place. And I mean, look at it. It's just go slow right here, bro. Look at this. All these are just gone. Look, it looks like life after people, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Look at this. Is the community center.
Community center.
Yeah, isn't that
wow.
terrible?
Awful.
And there's a little mom and pop store. This used to be a, I think it was a cleaners. There's two cleaners. Right here is where they would have little carnivals. Look at people dumping their garbage up there.
carnivals and stuff right
With
here.
couches. This is where they would have little carnivals at. This was always a grocery store. I mean, look at the buildings, how they're just... And right here is another cleaners. And this right here was the VFW.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
What are they gonna do with all
The whole
this?
block is just gone. My deposit box. You don't see those anymore. This is where you used to drop your money, make your drops at.
This building is beautiful, though.
Yes,
I mean, like Lisa said, the architecture
Yeah.
is incredible.
They don't make it like this anymore.
Was that all part of the bank? Of this whole building?
The lights up there, when the lights are all lit up there, see them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That part of it, though, this part next door, was that part of it? Because that looks like a theater.
That used to be a barber shop. Then they turned into a barber
Oh, that's the
college.
barber shop.
They had an upstairs to it. And that up there used to have big scissors on it and all that. And we've been in there before it got burnt. It's fallen down like 3 or 4 times. And you can see this whole, here's one you can look inside. Inside this.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna take a look at that.
Okay.
That's the conditions that are.
Wow. there's a tree growing in there.
Look, right through there.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy, all right.
Sad, isn't it? Yeah.
Inside one of these abandoned buildings. It's awful.
There's another building.
Just awful. Maybe because I have my sunglasses on, but I can't see nothing when I look through this thing.
There you go. Look at the back of it. You can see right through it. You see where you walk right through the back door back there.
Is it open? Is it open?
Look at that window, Lisa. They're right through the back. You see where it's open in the back?
Oh yeah,
That's
right
how
back
people get in there.
there.
Just walk right in through the back. Go through
Here,
the
if
front,
you want
they
to
got-
look here.
You got chains and bolts and locks. You just walk around the back and it's wide open.
It's just dangerous though, isn't it?
It is.
It really is dangerous.
It is. And you just think that these...
I don't
This
personally
is
don't know the
Blacula's
Blacula.
house.
His actual name is William Marshall.
William
He played in
Marshall.
Star Trek. He played in Gunsmoke. He was the boy's the black guy.
Trying to get your voice.
But yeah, that's William Marshall's childhood home right here.
In Gary here.
Yeah. Blacula.
Blacula.
In costume one time.
Yeah, maybe they.
See?
And then actor William Marshall's mom, her name was Martha Marshall or something like that. She's the one that started this home for girls.
So this is a
That was
home
the
for
Marshall
girls,
House.
but it used to be a community center, or what was it? Where the
It was for trouble
Jacksons?
use.
Wait a minute, but the Jacksons played here for a while.
That's what people have been leaving comments that grew up around here. They said the Jacksons would play right here. And that...
You know, maybe they did. Maybe it was a.
well, it's only 2 streets over. It makes... I mean, you got to remember, we're thinking about the Jacksons, the famous Jacksons. We're talking about before they got discovered.
Right.
They're still practicing. But Joe had them playing in a strip club in
Yeah,
lounges,
true.
and Mike was 7 years old, 8 years old.
Yeah, that's where he started that.
Maybe they played there to entertain the troubled girls.
They might have.
You know.
From what I heard, like they played all
They
over
might have.
just to get practice in and playing live.
Yeah,
You know?
that's the way it is though.
Yeah.
People do it up there.
It's like Michael said, man, you messed up. Joseph will whip you the switch or anything he can get his hands on.
Back in like the early 1800s, these ferries would go from Michigan City, Indiana, South Bend, Indiana, to Chicago. And there was a lady that lived by the beach because she just loved the beach, you know. She was an artist, and she had a little shack she stayed in by the dunes. And these ships going back and forth to Chicago, the stories got back to Chicago like, oh, there's a lady that lives on the beach and she's like a nymph.
She just roams.
And she's like a fairy, and this
Yeah,
is
they
all.
started making it up.
And they didn't know her name, so they called her Diana of the Dunes. There was even a newspaper article in the Chicago
It's on
paper
the
about
internet.
it.
You can look it up too.
And that's how this legend started. It was just a lady who wanted to be left alone, you know. She lived there, and then people wanted to see her, so they would get off the ships on these little boats and come to the shore and just like, come on, look at this lady and look at her little shack and just
She
invade
was
her
mad.
privacy
She's very
big time.
upset about it.
So she didn't like that shit, and she ended up working for one of the universities. She was really intelligent about nature and stuff, and they wrote books on her studies. That's all she did was study this stuff. She wanted to be left alone.
That's why she wanted to be out there.
And she ended up dying, and they buried her over here. But her wishes in life was to be left alone, and she didn't get that. People just. And then she wanted to be cremated, and her ashes spread in Lake Michigan. She didn't get that either. She's buried up here.
Wasn't there a shootout or something?
And at her funeral, she did have a husband. He was like a weirdo, and he was in a lot of trouble, and just a drinker. Well, he got into one of the guys from the Post-Tribune newspaper and pulled out a gun and shot the guy at the funeral at the cemetery we're about to go.
Oh, wow.
And he went to jail and stuff. But yeah, it's wild. And she didn't have a headstone for a while, and then they finally put one, and it even says Diana of the Dunes. Then it has her real name on there.
As much as she hated that, they put it on her gravestone. Diana.
Do you know the name of this church?
Yep, right here.
Spirit of the living God. You got the address, everything here. It was
Yeah.
I'll say
Spirit of the
Cross.
living God. Wow.
Those old stained windows. That temple up there. That thing is about to go. I have no
Yeah,
idea
look
how
at
that's
that.
still holding on.
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, how does a church get let go like this? Like, isn't there like,
Congregation building
but don't they, when they're done with the church, what do they do with the church? Who owns the church? Like, doesn't the,
No, it's free. They don't have to pay taxes or nothing on it. It's a church.
this is just sad with churches, especially, I think. Wow. Just wild. It's beautiful.
I just show you guys. I almost forgot about it. Never could get in there. But I did put my phone on a stick to the mail slot sideways and turned it. It kind of got a shot inside.
I
It was
wonder
so
if I could do
sketchy.
that.
I was like, oh my God, please don't drop my phone.
Yeah, that's what I would be worried about.
Then there was a big house here, a couple houses, and they had a big fire. You see the tree? It caught the church on fire.
Oh yeah, look at
too.
that tree.
Mhm.
Wow.
They just tore those down not so long ago.
Wonder what they're waiting for on the church. What does it look like in there? What did you get on a video from sticking?
Some of the pews. And there was a lot of
Wonder if
shit
I should try it.
all down.
I'll be in trouble if.
No, I wouldn't do it. Also, the door had a different chain on it, so it had like a gap like this far. So if my phone did fall, I could have reached in there. They had a chain on the door. Oh, really?
They what?
Yeah, it was caved in. Put a fence in there.
Oh.
Yeah, remember you used to open a little bit?
Probably someone saw your videos and decided to put a
And
chain
then
up
the guy
there.
that lived in his apartment came out talking shit one day. And we're like, "Fucking checking over."
This is crazy.
I go just be by myself somewhere, or just, oh, here goes alcohol. Oh, here comes smoking. Oh, that's better. Oh, let me do more. That's what I
Yeah.
was telling you about my friends and all that, you
Yeah.
know. Watch them all do it. And, you're like, well, that's the way to go. I feel better, You don't realize that that's just kind of...
So imagine
jumping
the kids who grow up in that environment all their life.
I do imagine them, yeah.
See right here, the Dodds family plot. First mayor of Gary is buried right there.
Okay.
Thomas
First
Knotts.
mayor
I
of
didn't know
Gary.
that.
Yeah, that's Thomas Knotts. Buried right there.
Right over here is where they had to dig up those 11 graves. Right there.
For what? Why?
Because This lady paid for her dad to be buried out here, and she found out that he wasn't buried. They wanted to put a headstone. She bought a headstone, and they couldn't find his body. They didn't have a record of which one they
They
did.
dig up, find
So
them.
they had to dig up like 11 graves of people just to find his. It was a big. I came out here the day after they did the article.
Right here.
Right here. They dug up some there and right here.
Really?
They dug up all. That's why they look new. See them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, jeez, that's terrible.
Shame.
Where's it? Oh, there. I want to go see that. That's my favorite.
Look at that one.
Right
Rourke.
there.
I never seen that before. Oh, Rourke.
Isn't that the one, brother? With the one that looks like an alien in it? No.
Wait,
that
there's
one
one
with
that has
the
an
cross?
alien?
No,
Oh, there it is, right there.
It's so weathered.
This is the coolest.
It looks so creepy.
Coolest
Diana's Dunes is right up here.
headstone
Right
right there.
there. The one with the thing over it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
The one looks like an alien now?
Yeah, it's weird.
All right, where's Diana the Dunes? She's right here, isn't she?
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, she's up here. Yeah, that thing's creepy though. She's in D&E right here. After these big ones.
Ah, nice little. We can walk right over there, man. See?
She's right here. There's like a legend and all this.
When you go back and you read about this, the Diana of the Dunes thing, you'll see why it's so cool. A lot of people out here, they all know legend. They don't know that this is where she's buried at.
Right.
So, where's that?
What's the name of the cemetery?
Oak Hill.
Oak Hill Cemetery in Gary.
Oak Hill Cemetery on 45th Avenue, Gary, Indiana. Oak Hill Cemetery.
That's still knocked over.
The legend of Diana of the Dunes. There she is, right here. The final resting place.
Even
Alice
says on
Gray Wilson was her real name, and they called her Diana of the Dunes.
So you want to tell the story again?
Brother, take it.
All right. So like in the, as you can see, the early 1900s, this lady, she was originally from Chicago. She was really intelligent. She was really into like the nature and plants and stuff. Well, she fell in love with the dunes in Indiana, and that's where she went. She went there to study stuff. And she ended up staying there and building a little shack on the dunes, and she lived there. And she had a strange husband. He was a really weird guy. He was in a lot of trouble. But she lived there, and then the ferries that would go from South Bend, Indiana to Chicago and back, these people would see her all the time. So by the time they get home back to Chicago, they have these little stories they would tell their kids and their families. Oh, there's a lady, she's like a mermaid. She's always in the water
It's
by
a
the
ghost.
beach.
Yeah.
And then the nickname came from a Chicago Tribune article they did about it, and they called her Diana of the Dunes. And that's where the nickname came from.
They didn't know her name, so that's why they just gave her a name.
So then people got really curious after the newspaper article, so they started stopping the ferry out there, anchoring, and letting people get off on these little boats, little
they
dinghies or
turned it
whatever.
into a tourist attraction, basically.
And they would go up on her property and on the beach and look at her like she was some kind of weirdo and take pictures of her, and she didn't want to be bothered. And then they would go in, and I even read it where they would go in her shack. Like, wow, just like totally invaded her privacy and that's all she wanted to do was be left alone in life. And then when she passed away, she wanted to be cremated and her ashes put in the dunes in the Lake Michigan.
But they couldn't
Yeah,
even do
here we
that
are.
for her.
So they buried her. So in life she didn't get what she wanted, and then in death she didn't get what
That's
she wanted either. Poor lady.
sad.
So they say that she's mad about that. So people say they see her ghost roaming on the beach still. They say they'll see her
a little
ghost.
foggy, but this is an old picture. This is her.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Poor lady, though. I mean,
Well, look how she was born in 1881 and she died in 1925. So I mean that goes way back. Here's a better picture. Here's what I found on. That's her. Isn't that crazy?
There's books about her and all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a lot of stuff
She's even
online
written
about her.
books about plants and stuff, I guess. And then now there's a memorial thing at the dunes somewhere. I've never been to it.
That's how she was living.
That's where she lived, yeah.
Yeah.
But then at the funeral
Isn't that
here,
crazy?
when the funeral was going on, her husband got into it with one of the photographers from the newspaper, ended up shooting him right here at the funeral.
Yeah, there's plenty of pictures of her.
He got
online.
arrested, and Yeah, it's all online.
These are from the.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Look
Look at
at
it.
it.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, that's her.
Oh, rest in peace, Alice.
Yeah.
Sorry you were dealt with so savagely.
There's a
really.
proper picture of her.
Oh, that's a nice picture of her. This poor lady.
Well, at least there's a good. There's a. It's a proper picture.
We got the same phone. The S24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I got
That's
rid
my
of that
next
damn
one.
iPhone. I was like, nope. I had it for 2 weeks. I hated it.
Yeah, I can't get
these-
used to those
These are
iPhones.
cool.
Yeah, the old cemetery. Well, some of the ones that you've been doing.
I see some of the ones that break those headstones and everything. That's the creepiest picture ever. Look at the mustache
Yeah.
on this guy, too. Yeah, the fine mustache.
People's pictures of you.
Did they have those
What's
out
his
there?
name?
They do
P-A-K... I can't even read that. N? No. I don't know. Oh, look at that. That's weird. That is weird.
Looks like somebody shot it with a BB gun, though.
Some of the ones like back there.
Now we're going to see Alien Mary. Alien Mary, whatever that's about.
Converse's right.
Those aren't Converses?
Nope.
Oh, they look like it. Don't they look
They're
like
very
this?
similar, aren't they? Oh, wow, yeah.
Check her out close. Look at look at her face.
Like
Ooh.
she's been melted.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
She's an
definitely...
alien.
A little bit too much sun.
We're out here.
Picture of her,
And it was dark. Remember, it was. There's another one over there too. They just
Oh,
look
there's
so. There's something about them when they were sitting here
There's
so long.
one cross out here that's iron. I don't know if you guys seen that when I did the video. It's made out of iron, and the Jesus kept falling off it, and I set it on there. One of them, it's just made out of iron. It's not stone or anything. You know what I mean?
Jopa. Yeah, there's a picture of him.
Yeah. Handsome young man.
Thank you. What about this guy though?
He was only
I
young.
was just fishing.
I got it.
Thank you.
I got it as well. I told you before. I choose to ignore certain things.
Oh, so when you roll your eyes, that means you got it,
I
right?
got it, yeah.
Got it. Okay, I thought I seen you roll your eyes for a minute.
That's funny.
Look at those.
Yeah, those need to open.
Yeah,
these
they have little lockers on it. See?
Yeah,
And you shut it and open it.
Yeah.
there's some over there.
Oh, there's quite a few here, isn't there? They've got pictures on.
There's some
Wow.
right there too with the top on.
1963. Jesus, 2 years before I was born. Calculating.
How old you are.
Huh?
How old you are. We're not quite so old, you know.
What don't mean you remembered?
I remember everything.
But then,
You do.
oh, this one right here is cool too.
A little girl.
Aw.
This one up under the bush.
That stuff is cool. Statue of it. We got some killer stuff in this one. Yeah, the iron cross is right over there. It's leaning.
Was that 1920 what? 8? Jeez, been there since 1928.
That's cool. I got some killer shots of that. Just cloudy sky in the background. What did this mean? That's this is on Jesus' 1932.
Yeah. That's unusual, isn't it?
That arm wasn't broken off last time either. I don't know how they got broke. Probably hit it with a mower.
That's too bad that...
Right?
Yeah.
I've only seen a couple of these at cemeteries. And that little tomb up there, there's a few soldiers from the American-Spanish War or whatever in there.
In the mausoleum? Like
yeah, it
the...
says it on there.
Hmm.
You guys ever heard of a blues singer, Lil Green?
No.
I looked her up, but her music is really cool.
Really?
She's down here, I'll show you guys later.
Little Green.
Lil Green, they call her.
Is Little Green on her stone?
Huh?
Does it say Little Green?
I believe. But yeah, she's very good. Remember Lil Green? Who's that? The blue thing that I found over there, remember?
Oh, okay. Maybe that's somebody's
She's
name.
in like the 20s and she's singing songs about smoking weed and shit.
I'll have to look her
Yeah,
up.
let's get one in. Gotta get one for forget it.
Wait, I gotta. Wait. Oh, yeah, Mother, Little Green.
Yeah.
December 23rd, 1905, April 14th, 1954. Is there a picture?
I can't remember if it's in or not. I don't think so. No. Is there?
Oh, no, it's just.
She's
no
really
picture.
cool. Her music, she sang with like Muddy Water. I mean, like. some
Oh,
of the
Muddy
old
Waters?
time- maybe not Muddy Waters. I think that was before his time. But a lot of the old blues singers. She
We'll
was
have to look
originally
up.
from like Mississippi, I think, and then she moved to Chicago to pursue her career in the blues and all that stuff.
I'm gonna look her up when I get
Her
back.
music's pretty good.
Yeah, because I like some blues stuff.
Yeah, and then she died here in Gary. She lived
Wow.
in Gary, I guess.
So I wonder if that's her daughter. So why does it say Mother?
Same year.
Oh, no, it wouldn't be then.
I don't know if they're even related. They look the same almost. But yeah, she's really cool. I didn't know who she was either. I found her online. So I did some research on that. Wow, that's pretty cool. So I did a video on
I
it.
love when I find stuff online in the
Yeah, you never
cemetery when
know.
I'm walking through.
Never know. Our cousin that's buried without a headstone's over there.
Aww.
When I got shot in front of the Edna Lounge.
He has no
We showed-
headstone.
Yeah, I got a GoFundMe thing.
You do?
Yeah.
Is it still active?
Yep.
Put the link up because I didn't know.
Then you can go.
It's gonna be an empty lot now. Zach Bagans tore it down and put it in a container.
You
Okay.
look up the Demon's House. The Demon House.
Now there
Zach
was what?
Bagans.
A movie?
Ghost Adventures, yeah.
Ghost of
Or Porthole to Hell. They had an article where this lady said that her family got possessed by demons, and they actually had this
They thought she was abusing her
father,
kids.
Father Maganat, came out here and he performed an exorcism.
Right here where this empty lot is with the trees. He used to
That's
stand.
deep right there.
Here's where it stood.
It was right there.
You've got a video.
By the
there.
empty lot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a video before they tore the house down.
Yeah.
And then they thought she was abusing her kids. So at the hospital, they were questioning them, and one of the kids slid backwards on his tiptoes and went up the wall and started growling.
That's what they
in
said.
front of police, nurses, doctors, and the social workers.
Holy cow.
I know a police officer
So was
that was
this
there
a
when it happened.
was this a movie of a true story made of this?
No, it was a true. Yeah, then they made a movie about
He
it.
beefed it all up because
Well, of
he
course
really
they
didn't
do.
come across anything unusual in there.
He said he lost his vision.
He said that he lost his vision
but
and
he
had
made
to
a
get a new
movie.
prescription for his
Yeah.
eyeglasses.
But I know,
Such a hustle.
I know a cop that I tattooed that was there when it happened. And he was the only thing I could do, Steve, when I seen that, is we go out to my squad car and start praying for them, reading the Bible.
I'm sorry.
And I know a paramedic that was there. And she said she burned her clothes and shoes before she went in her house.
I'm sorry. I have to see that in order to believe somebody walked
Right.
the wall backwards.
Yeah, they said. Because they were trying to get her for child abuse charges. They dropped all the charges after that happened.
Well, then they started digging deeper and they found out she's like 4 months behind on her rent. She's in all kinds of financial problems and stuff going on. And
So Zach
Sounds
Bagans,
she ended up started it off with telling the landlord.
so
That's what
Zach
happened.
Bagans from Ghost Adventures bought the house.
Without ever being out here.
Came
and
out
seeing
here
it.
and stayed the night in there and filmed it and did all this shit. And then when it was over, he tore it down and put it in a store, like a container, like those big containers, and hauled it away. But
Even Vegas.
he's got the haunted mansion in Vegas. He reconstructed the basement stairs where the shit, all the shit that came from, the porthole. And there's a room in this museum that looks just like the basement. He put the stairs back together, the real dirt, the bricks.
Go watch it. There's an actual video of the lady before she moved out talking about it to a reporter. And they show inside the house and she tells the whole story.
Yeah, those are the
I'm gonna watch that.
And then they talk to the Father Maganat who did
Demon House.
the
There's that. When did that place?
what do they call it? The diocese where you have to go to the higher anarchy in the religion
For
to get
exorcism.
to bless you to do an exorcism. I don't know. I'm not a religious guy, so basis on it.
That's just real though, man.
And there's a movie Zach Bagans made on it. So there's quite a few things online. Just look up Porthole to Hell or The Demon House in Gary, Indiana, and you will see all that crazy stuff. I mean,
That's wild.
when I was going out there filming it, like when I first started filming it, every day there'd be a couple cars come by to look